Hi, and welcome to part 2, reading the alchemy book. See? Yes, it is a little dark in here. How's she gonna read in the dark? Well, it's Halloween, and there are people around my window outside. So, it seemed to get a little more quieter when the lights went out. Hopefully, you do not hear them. So, today is about the hive of influence. And whatever else we can get to see if we can put that up there. The hive of influence. Okay. It's no accident that the images of the bee and the hive are threaded throughout this deck. Reading for the author I am. The bees, in their infinite wisdom, are an example of nature's most exquisite alchemists. Their work is to gather from many sources, integrate, propagate, and contribute to the vitality of the hive. Hence, I rely on the ancient architecture of the hive to convey to you the influences, resources, practices, and people that assisted in the creation of this deck. Got to show you the deck, right? Okay. The framework of the hive is built upon my studies of alchemy at Pacifica Graduate Institute. And the my is, of course, the author again. Just want to get that out there because it's like, you know, you really do. Okay. So, in particular, the teachings of Carl Jung and James Hillman, but the hive is also built out of my shamanic studies abroad and creative research since my early years of being an artist. Teachers of alchemy are everywhere. May the following pages serve as a reference guide, an inspiration, and a map. Each cell in the grand formation is a universe in itself to be explored. The golden honey is everywhere. I am ever grateful for its radiance and will always return for more. It's pretty awesome. Ooh, Halloween and it's dark in here. Can you see me? Hi. So this is the book and the page. The actual next part is thanks. Yep, thanks. So we're not going to go through that. It's a lot of names, but I will show this alchemy texts in order of influence, the teachers and fellow practitioners, and laboratories. Let's see it in that little window there. I think I can make that window big. Can I make that window big? But, let's see. Aha, there's light. Oh no, that got smaller. Alright, let's leave it at that. It's a nice size circle. Let's try it again. Up, right, up. Okay, that's enough. There, you may not actually can read it, but thanks to all of you that are on these pages that we get to read. Oh, and the deck. Definitely the deck. We're having a good time with this light here. Happy Halloween, or whatever day it is. Happy every day. Like that, thank you. Like that. Much better. So the deck is not like a regular deck of cards. It's shaped different. And give me a moment. Let me just grab it. Hold on. we're done rocking. We're not done rocking? Okay. Yeah, it's rocking some more. You can see the deck. It's a beautiful blue. And on the other side, it has the different card types. See? Yeah, we haven't gotten into them yet, but the deck has been blessed with my blessing in silence. Whatever you want to call it, right? And cleansed from whatever energy was on it. Yeah. Even the container, which was a little cute container. The lid. Okay. Did I blind you? No, of course not. All right, back to the book. Get back to my page. It's a nice deck, and it goes over each one. Not sure if we're going to get that far because that's a lot, right? However, we may have one of those really good old days. You never know what happens in your now. Your now could be a small portion, it could be a large portion. Whatever it is, it's on time and in time for whoever needs it. Alchemical. Yeah, me pronouncing that word. I was practicing actually. It still sounds the same to me. Alchemical terms. Before we delve into the alchemical adventure, we must define our terms. On the following pages, you will find, for our purposes, my definitions of 6 key alchemical concepts that appear throughout this book. Alchemy, the alchemist, the work, the laboratory, the starting point, or prima material, and the goal. Allow these words to flow into your vocabulary. An open and patient mind will serve your studies well. Interesting. Yes, I show the book like a, hey, really would like to hear this over and not kind of let it soak in. 'Cause this is my first time reading it also. It's not something that I've been through already or did before. Yeah, it's a new experience, newer beginning. Uh, don't put the book on the laptop. Yeah. So there was a page that was missed. It's called The Origin of Alchemy. I would like to suggest, says the author, that alchemy originated with the presence of the first flame. Don't ask me. We're learning together. Okay? Let's move that. Can we move that? Hold on. Ooh. Okay. It's good to be yourself. Many origin stories around the world began with the separation of light from dark. Oh, wow. That is a really good one. So, yeah, I'm going to pause. My experience. How could there be light and darkness? But actually, the light came from the darkness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Fine. Study it. The light came from the darkness. They had to be separated. Think about it. And also, how would you know how much light it is if there was no darkness? And your light shines more in darkness? Hold on. It explains quite a few things, but let's go on with the book. Who said that? Alright, so Expressions, expressions. This is no coincidence. These myths and legends can also be thought of as depicting the dawning of alchemy, with the first flame, spark, or star. The pairs of opposites are born, as well as our desire to reconcile them. Yeah, put them back together again. The mystery of duality perplexes the human mind, as does the power of the elements. Thus, while entranced by the flicker of a candle's flame, the alchemist's inquiry begins, taking them on a journey of discovery. No matter what language, era, or dialect, the questions likely sound like, I wonder if what is dark can become light. That's a question, actually. What is dark can become light? Yeah, that's more of a question. Okay. We still have questions. Come on, light. All right. What is lead can become gold. Yeah, yeah. True, true. Okay, so what is base can become noble. What is dormant can become awakened. What is infinite can become infinite. Okay, rewind. We said that twice. What is finite can become infinite. What is outside of me is inside of me. Those are questions, actually. But I didn't read them like that. Yeah. Okay. Each civilization across the globe prioritized a unique alchemical. Yeah. Mace, that sounded better, didn't it? Question or pursuit. For some, it was gold. For others, the elixir of immortality or the fountain of youth. Alchemy took on many forms and expressions, with musings and experiments that spanned all cultures and eras. All the while, to make matters even more complex, alchemists encoded their findings. Alchemy and secrecy go hand in hand. In order to protect the revelations and disappointments within their laboratories, they use symbols and secret codes to shield their work from outside eyes. Thus, alchemy naturally took on the universe language of metaphor. It does not reveal itself easily, no matter our scholarly pursuits. That is precisely its aim. If we are humbled and confounded, alchemy is at work, and we have merged with the lineage of those who studied before us. The page is changing by itself. Hi. Let's bring that back up. Yeah, so something's changing the computer, yeah? Alright. Then we got some YouTube going on here. Let's go back to our page. There. We don't need to change the page. Let's talk life. Okay. Without the page changing, let's see where we were. Okay, so it is my aim with this deck to set aside the burden of understanding the history of alchemy and our place within it. Rather, like an alchemist, I want you to get your hands busy, to hold the cards and have an experience of image, color, and imagination. Alchemy cannot be located, it must be experienced. Though medieval Europe is often thought of as the park of alchemy's pursuits, it neither originates nor ends there. It continues as the Overborals. It is a deeply human experience of witnessing the wonders of the world. With humble hands, I bow to those who have come before me, and to those who are yet to come. I bow to the first flame, says the author, only reading for him, and to force that ignited it. And the force that ignited it. Okay, stop. With the lighting of every candle, may the great story of alchemy continue to be revealed. We can stop there, or we can actually get to a little deeper. I'm sure there's something interesting coming up. Let's see. While we're whispering, it got quiet out there and upstairs. We're definitely running this. Yes, we went to the other page already. We did that actually first. There's a picture. Alchemy is the merging of the physical and the mystical. That little yin yang. Anyone knows the yin yang? Black and white. Definitely had an experience with that. Yeah, we're not going into that right now. Alchemy. Like the great mystic traditions of art, music, and poetry, defies definition. Even the most earnest attempt will fall short in encompassing the spirit of the discipline that shows. Wait, hold on. Let's get that better. Even the most earnest attempt will fall short in encompassing the spirit of the discipline that shrouds itself in mystery and resists the constraint of language. That's it. In order to bolster our confidence in approaching such a daunting subject as alchemy, I offer you a simple yet ever reliable definition, says the author. Yes, you got it, says the author. Alchemy is the perspective that everything physical, and I mean everything, has a corresponding resonance in the mystical realm. In other words, the sacred, the mystical, and the mundane, the physical, are not separate, but rather they are intricately linked. Kind of like the yin and yang. And it's like the yin and yang are together but not together, but yet they have a connection, and one can go inside of the other. Think about it. There's also a circle like a door on each one. If it's done, you know, correctly or so. Okay, come on, light. We still need you. Through their pairing, the imagination. There it is. Wait. So, through the pairing, the imagination is activated, allowing innate wisdom to express itself through symbol, image, language, and operation. Every process and sensation is given its rightful place in the laboratory of our attention. Through observing the symbols and images produced by an alchemic perspective, we begin to weave together the physical and the mystical aspects of our lives. weaving together. Sticks with you. Me. Alchemy in the science of poetic revelation. The study of alchemy unfolds, one golden petal at a time. The cosmic rose awaits. Approach it with reverence, and you will have great success. It's just something about that symbol, the yin and yang. Oh, yes. And it's also like the feminine and the male and the feminine. Yin and yang, black and white. See? Always together. You need one needs the other. In the spirit and the physical. There. That said, something to think on. Don't go for my words. Look it up yourself. And you can see that. Yeah, it's just a little chart thing, but then, yeah, that's what I was reading. So it just shows them coming together, starting together, ending up as one. If you can get that, it's there. One and the other. Kind of like a cell in our bodies, joining together. Kind of like a reverse osmosis thing. Pretty cool, huh? All these things are here in front of us to show us examples of what it's supposed to be. And all we need to do is be aware enough to see it so we can get it and remember. Okay. What we got on the next one? Yes. Me hear my voice, and I'm going to drink my tea before it gets too cold. Yes. No, it's not too cold yet. This in a special cup. One of those that holds the heat. Yes, so happy that they made those. Thank y'all, whoever did. Great thanks, great thanks. The Alchemist and the work. And then we can let it go for this evening and give this throat a rest. Okay. The Alchemist. An alchemist is one who engages with the processes, operations, and materials of the soul. They are an artisan of the elements. To begin this process, all that is required is attention, a willingness to step into the laboratory and observe what is there. Soon, with practice and consistency, our observations take on a quality of awe. This happens naturally. We become grateful for the ingredients and materials of our life, even when they are less than ideal. Once reverence enters the laboratory, it propels the alchemists into new dimensions. They begin to participate, to experiment with the ingredients in unexpected ways. Particularly to the individual, new gifts and discoveries are revealed. The alchemist services the world by offering these gifts as medicine. They arrive in the exact form and potency required for the time. Go figure, right? There's so much talk about what alchemy was supposed to be, right? And I just gotta say, well, actually, I don't gotta say anything, but it's medicine. People use it every day. There was a saying, don't let the pot call the kettle black. Gee, what does that mean? Okay. Besides that, there was something in here. It says we become grateful for the ingredients and the materials of our life, and I guess if you that's it's helping some people. Oh yeah, so shining like the moon in the sun, huh? Yeah, yeah, we got some light. Guess what? In darkness. Woo! But you see what happens with the light in the darkness? It's no longer dark, but it's a mixture of them both. Go figure, right? The work. The work refers to the process that is underway and our attending to it. Whether beloved or abominable, whether we embrace it or we do not understand it. Alchemy tells us something is always taking its course. Its intelligence is likely beyond our grasp when we surrender the intellect and engage with the process on a mystical level through acts of creativity, movement, study, theater, prayer, ritual, community. The work becomes the work. Transmutation takes place and we shift from the mundane to the sacred. We become aware of and in devotion to the great operations of our life, both personally and collectively. Simple tasks become symbolic ritual. Wait, kind of seemed like something skipped there, didn't it? Let's try it again. Simple tasks become, no, symbolic ritual is everywhere. Yeah, no, nothing skipped. We understand the world needs our attention, our tending to, and our gifts. The work is sacred and never completes. Anything and everything becomes an ingredient in the work. Anything and everything becomes an ingredient in the work. Is that why they call them practice? Medical system is called the practice. Anything and everything becomes an ingredient in the work, even our resistance to it. Yeah, we didn't get that far, but we got far enough to get past the alchemist and the work. We didn't do the laboratory or the starting point or the goal. What do we feel like? Well, how about this? It doesn't pause. No, not the Chrome screencast. Yeah, it doesn't pause. Hey, see me on there? Check out some of the shorts. Yeah, there's some live. Yeah. Okay, so that is done. We can get more and deeper into it and perhaps touch on basis on a little something else at another day. Right now, we're going to say good night and enjoy going into the new month. Bye now. See you for part 3.